Wigan, number 1 at fullback Colin Whitfield, 2 on the right wing Sean Edwards, right centre number 3 David Stevenson, left centre Steve Donlan, number 5 John Ferguson, at standoff number 6 Brett Kenny, scrum half number 7 Michael Ford, open side prop number 8 Neil Courtney, hooker number 9 Nicky Kiss, blind side prop 10 Brian Case, in the second row number 11 Graham West, with number 12 Sean Wayne and loose forward Ian Potter. Substitutes for today are, for the first time, Dutoit at number 14 and number 15 is Danny Campbell. On the Castleford side at fullback we have number 1 David Rookley, number 2 David Plange, number 3 Tony Marchant, number 4 Gary Hyde, number 5 on the left wing Chris Chapman, standoff number 6 John Joyner, 7 Beardmore, Robert Beardmore, 2 Beardmores playing today, at number 8 Gary Connell, number 9 Kevin Beardmore, number 10 Barry Johnson, in the second row Nigel Wilson at 11, number 12 Kevin Ward, and at loose forward Keith England. And at number 14 we have Sigsworth, and the other substitute for Castleford is James.
You know, I was talking when it was still switched on at the end of the game on Wednesday night.
Did you say anything you shouldn't have done?
Rather than bloody hell, I'm ready for a foul. You told me.
Central Park, Sunday the 3rd of the February 1985. The Slalom Lager Rugby League Championship game between Wigan and Castleford. Wigan out on the field now, led by Graham West. The teams you've already seen, and very interesting to see that the substitutes for today are our South African Dutoit at number 14 and Danny Campbell back in the fray. He's been training extremely hard and he's probably dying to get in to the title. Castleford, tough, strong outfit, always give us a great game, a good footballing team, a hard footballing team, and there's some. And before the game starts, the award of the month for the best coaches is going to the 2 joint coaches for Wigan, walking over the 25 line now, Colin Clark and Alec McInnes. They've done a tremendous job since Alec Murphy left us, and Wigan have had a great run of successes under the coaching of these two players. One an ex-Wigan player, Alec McInnes, good coach, getting a great round of applause from the spectators, appreciating very much what has happened to the Wigan team. Took over under difficulty after one who was such a phenomenally well-known personality, strong personality, but they've taken over from him and have brought great success to the club. Who to be tested out, and Graham West comes up to the halfway line to shake hands with referee Beaumont and the Castleford captain Joyner. Such a great footballer, test footballer, played at centre and standoff. 2 Beardsmores playing today for Castleford. Some big lads out there on this part this afternoon. And so when this game starts, Wigan will be attacking from right to left. Wigan with the backs to the Spine Cop. A lot of confidence. Colin Whitfield coming up to the centre to kick down towards the pavilion end of the ground. Very successful on Wednesday night. Several times kicking off, managed to get the ball dead. 1, 2, 3, 4 players covering the in-goal area for Castleford to make sure that they don't have to drop out from underneath their own posts as Colin Whitfield sets it up. Very important game this for Wigan. Badly needing the points to stay up there in challenge. Covered. Castleford bringing it out, trying to clear their own lines. Wigan half-backs in there with Potter. Going to try and pin them down in the 25. Here come the forwards. England upended. Bounce down. Good tackling by Wigan. As Kevin Beardmore, acting half-back, moves the ball across field. West goes in hard. And Wigan going to be penalised. Referee says he's gone in too hard. That he put a bit of blow in. Sorting them out. Little bit of aggro right at the beginning of the game. Kevin Ward not too happy there as West went in. And the referee says that Wigan planted one on him. And so a bit of relief for Ruckley. Not a very good kick. Screws off the outside of his left foot. But it means that the possession is there. Sean Edwards reading the game as ever. Bringing his players up to the 10-yard line. Wanting them as close as possible to move in quickly and hard onto these strong, bustling Castleford forwards. They come charging in. Connell trying to bustle his way through, met by Case and Courtney. Switch back inside, still keeping it tight in the forward as it goes to Wilson. And they're being pushed back. Good play by Wigan. And the referee's giving Wigan a penalty. Right in front of the post. This is kickable. It's only 30 yards out. A lot of tension and nerves in these opening minutes of this game. Castleford had a great win in the last game, having beaten St Helens. Must be here full of determination and fire, deciding they're going to sort Wigan out. Sand being brought on for Whitfield to tee it up for the kick. This could put Wigan into an early lead. Only 2 minutes of play gone. Spectators still streaming onto the ground as Whitfield lifts it high and he's pulled it. That's not a particularly good effort. He should have had that one over. And so we come back to the 25-yard line. The ball having gone dead without being touched by Castleford. And Castleford will drop out. Bob Beardmore to drop out from his own 25 line. Tries a deep one. It's covered by Wigan. Well taken by Stevenson over the halfway line. Driving in hard. Loses possession. Sean Edwards is in there to cover. The referee says the ball's gone forward. The crowd on the popular side of the field didn't think it had gone forward. The referee says it's gone forward, so we're not called and we scrum down for the first scrum of the game. It will be Beardmore to put the ball in, and Castleford with the loose head when the lecture from the referee is finished. Indigo, ball's fed in, quickly out to Beardmore, moving on across. Ruckley joining up in the line out. Colin Whitfield did enough to put him down. Joyner waiting behind to play the ball. Switching it on to Wilson, and Wilson smothered. Not getting moving. Wigan moving in quickly. As Beardmore moves it across the field. Onto Connell. Well tackled by Potter. Went in low and hard. Helped by Wayne. And referee says they've not got off quickly enough. This could be his rule for the day. Get off him and get on with the game. And so it's another penalty for not releasing the man quickly enough at the play of the ball. Ruckley coming up to kick down the Wigan left wing. Finds it 10 yards outside the Wigan 25 line. Beardsmore to Johnson. Johnson hands it on to Connell. Wayne waiting for him. Been better meeting him. Beardmore again coming up to the play of the ball. On to Johnson. Johnson holding it. That looked a little bit like an obstruction. The referee's let it go as they get up to the 25 line. Referee quickly on it to see what's going on in the tackle as Beardmore moves it on to his brother, on to England, the loose forward. Cut in two by the Wigan tackling. Hooker Beardsmore. Out to scrum half Beardmore. Not a good pass. A long one goes on to Joyner. Joyner switches it back inside on to Johnson. Johnson driving forward and Wigan nail him on the 25 line. His arms are smothered, he can't get rid of the ball. Beardmore to Kevin Beardmore. Long one on to Ward. Ward trying to go through, gets up again. Wigan don't bury him, and he's lost. Ball's gone forward. Forward pass. Could well have been a penalty. He was in front of him when he took the ball. However, the referee's given the scrum down for a forward pass. Ford to feed the scrum. In it goes out to Wigan. Ford slips behind the pack. Couldn't get the line moving. Potter had a great game Wednesday, trying to bring the ball away from the danger zone. Long one out to Donlan. Donlan's cutting two as he's receiving the ball. Potter over there quickly behind the play of the ball. Dragging his way forward. Teams lining up very closely and moving in quickly. Defences are on top at the moment as Kiss moves it to 4 onto Case. Case trying to hand off his way through but can't get through the defence as he's taken by Wilson. Back to Whitfield. Whitfield kicks. He's not behind the defence. It's an easy one for Ruckley. Right down his throat on the halfway line. And he's cut in two by Potter. Marchant waiting for the play of the ball. Marchant inside to England. England trying to go through the Wigan forwards. There. Hold him. Can't push him back. Beardmore moves it out onto the scrum half. Onto Connell. Connell trying to come through. Well tackled. One downstairs, one upstairs. Kiss as ever after the ball. This time he can't get it. Kevin Beardmore. To Joyner. Joyner holding it. A short pass. Onto Ward. Ward coming back inside. And Wigan shoving them back, but he managed to slip the ball. This could be dangerous as Ruckley tries to come through. Wigan pushing them back hard there in defence. Scrum half Beardmore sends along when that's been knocked on. And surely... Oh, and he's given back to one. He could well have given offside at that decision now. Castleford got the look of the rub of the green there as Beardmore moves it out to Johnson. Gives a dummy which nobody buys. Wigan forwards go in to take him. And the defences are on top at the moment. As Beardmore sends a long pass out to Joyner. Joyner dumming, turns it back inside. And there's a gap and he's well tackled by Kenny. Kenny hanging on a bit. Plays it to himself, comes out to Johnson. Johnson crashing his way forward and the Wigan tacklers are up to it. But Castleford piling on the attack now as Ward goes tearing through. Kiss having a job to put him down. He's managed to slip the ball onto Marchant. Marchant is put down in the 5th tackle, 9 yards out. Beardmore, short one onto Johnson. Grubber kick here. Edwards has to kick it dead. Well, Castleford certainly piled it on hard there. Wigan were desperate in defence and managed had to kick it over the dead ball line, and now they've got to kick it back and give possession back to Castleford. Possession so important, and Wigan little unfortunate when there was a knock on and the referee signalled they were back to one, so they've now got another 6 tackles as Wilson, tall, ranging forward, runs into West, meets him head on and buries him. Beardmore, the scrum half, out to Connell. Connell charging forward. Ford sticks an arm out. An arm lock on him, throws him. Acting half back, running wide. Case is in, but they're 10 yards out from the Wigan line. As Johnson dummies, switches direction onto Ward. Ward trying to go through. And Wigan are in all sorts of trouble here as Castleford pile the pressure on. 5 yards out from the line. Johnson going for the line. He's dropped it. And that's a late relief and a let off for Wigan as they snatch possession there. Now the forwards are going to have to do some grafting to bring the ball away. Head down and charge by Kiss. Crowd roar and get him back on side as Courtney ploughs his way forward. Managed to get it out to Stevenson. Break on the 25. Good run by Stevenson. And he's gained a tremendous amount of ground. That was a great clearing run by Stevenson. And now Wigan onto Kenny. Kenny dummying. And Whitfield bringing Ferguson inside. The elusive Ferguson. And Wigan has sparked off into life. Bringing defence into attack. Wigan getting it moving. Ford kicks behind the defence. But it's going to go dead. Well, this game is electric. It is exciting and it's fast and it's furious. So exciting, mistakes are made, that kick really has been a bit of a let-off for Castleford. They will tap out from their own 25 as Kevin Beardmore comes up the 25 line, runs into Case and Kiss, and they nail him. Bob Beardsmore, short pass, turning it to Connell. Connell ploughing, he's lost the ball, snapped up well by Kenny. Kenny so elusive, Potter going for the line, brings West inside, can he make it? Gets it out to Ford, and it's kicked dead. Well, Wigan were nearly over the line then. Good combination, keeping the ball moving. Couldn't make it on his own. Oh, it didn't come off. And Wigan been given a penalty. I think it was probably for an offside there when that ball went loose. Spectators wanting Wigan to tap it and try for a try. And he's bringing Wigan back, wanting a little more space to work. Brought Wigan further away. Thought they were too near the try line. They could well have been smothered in the attack. And so Wigan now in a good attacking position. And it was wonderful the way they came out of defence there to pile the pressure on. Kiss to Ford. Ford to Courtney. Courtney puts his shoulder in. Easily taken. No, causing no problem. Switch of direction to Kenny. A long one. Into the corner. Lovely move by Wigan. And well finished by Ferguson. Nice dummy by Kenny. Missed the men out. Handed on well to Whitfield. And that was clever football. Accurate. Fast passing. Split them wide open. And this man Ferguson is dynamite when he gets near the line. Made no messing with that. And so, with 11 minutes gone, Wigan go into a 4-0 lead. Shows tremendous character when they come back. They've been under awful pressure, Wigan, for 90% of these opening 10 minutes. And they came back, they've swept down the field, gone into the attack without the balls for a long time. And as soon as they got it, they've shown the mettle, they've shown the skill. And Whitfield's kick pulled a little bit for near post. So, 12 minutes gone. Wigan 4, Castleford 0. And this is a hard, tough, rough game. Plenty fluid football going on. As Bob Beardmore comes up to the centre to kick out. Players lined out on the Wigan right wing, the popular side of the field. Down towards the cop. Beardmore comes up. Tries a long one, there's plenty cover there. Sean Edwards safe and sure. Loves to run with the ball, but runs into trouble there. Beardmore and Johnson take him. Wigan have it in their own 25. Kiss trying to bring the ball away, only gains a yard or two. Line up very close, Castleford, and moving in very quickly as it comes to Case. Case going to take them on. Goes in hard onto Ward. Gained a valuable 7 or 8 yards of ground. War of attrition this among these forwards as they sort each other out. And it was forward to Courtney ball. Timing not quite right. Courtney could have done with being a little further back to come onto that one. He was so close as he came in that the pass had to be forward. And so Castleford with a double advantage at the scrum as the heads go in. Oh, as it goes out to Joyner doing the run around onto Beardmore. Brings the centre inside, and Kenny coming across very well, takes Gary Hyde. England trying to go through from the play of the ball, Wigan hanging on to him. Hooker Beardmore, out onto Connell, Connell driving in, Wigan forwards need to get in there, trying to drag him away from the try line. Castleford still battering away over near the Wigan line, trying to crash through. Bulldozer does. Beardmore sends a long one to Joyner. He's so dangerous, this Joyner, but he was well tackled there by Potter. Beardmore lifts it over the Wigan line. That's an awkward ball as they all go up for it, and he says it's a knock on over the line. Well, that was terrible there for Wigan. It was tantalising as that ball hung in the air. Castleford couldn't take it cleanly in the Wigan in-goal area. Referee right on the spot says the ball had been knocked on, so it's a tap. Ford just hands it on to Courtney. Courtney moving it across. And Wayne eventually, somebody decides he's going to drive his way forward. Bit of lying on. Touch judges on. Nigel Wilson lying on Wayne. Trying to drag Wayne away. It's Kevin Ward actually. The numbers are the wrong way round in the programme. Number 11 is Ward. A little bit of niggling going on in there. Whitfield, a good long range in kick. Forces Castleford back. Wigan will restart with a tap penalty. 8 yards inside their own half. Ford hands it on to Case. Case trying to batter his way through, being taken by these hefty forwards. Almost gets up to the halfway line. Case waiting for the play, the ball out to Ford. Ford to West. West doing a run around. Gives a dummy. Slips the ball nicely up to Whitfield. Whitfield coming hard out to the wing, but goes down very easily then after having made a good run. Case out to Ford. Ford a short one on to West. West driving in hard. His arms are locked. He can't get rid of the ball as England hangs on to him. Whitfield a bit shaken in the last tackle. The switch comes to Ford. Ford on to Potter. And his pass was wild. He wasn't quite looking where he was. Hoping to reach Ferguson. Couldn't get it to him. Ball goes into touch. Wigan putting a lot of pressure on at the moment. Touch judge having a word. Well, he's letting the play go on. He's just having a cautionary tale. If I may quote Belloc. Shoots straight out of the scrum. Being more to feed once more. And he's penalised for not putting it in the middle. Penalty to Wigan. Bad feeding, wrong feeding. Whitfield trying to get Wigan into the Castleford 25. And he does, bangs it in just over the 25 line. Case coming up, past Ford on his right. Ford he gives it to. Ford on to Courtney. Courtney will put his shoulder in, slips the ball to Case. Case dragging his way forward, bowling away at him, and Connell comes in and bounces him down. It took 3 of them to force him down to the deck as it goes to Ford. Ford on to West. West back on to Ford. There's a gap. On to Kenny. Kenny going for the line. Beats him beautifully. Oh, immersive running by Kenny. Good eye to the stand-up half. Down, jinked. Lovely balance. Nice footwork. Ford had spotted the gap, went through it, and Kenny capitalised on it beautifully. Real twinkle toes there as he danced his way through to ground the ball underneath the post to make it now, after 17 minutes play, Wigan 8, Castleford 0, and Wigan getting the points on the board. Crowd love that one as Whitfield comes up for the easiest of kicks, and he flirts it over. Wigan 10, Castleford 0. Wigan very confident, very cocky at the moment. Got the coaches standing behind us. They must be feeling very cocky and confident too, having won the award of the month for the best coaches, and it is showing on the field with Wigan turning out a highly entertaining and highly efficient brand of rugby. And here comes Potter turning in, coming in hard. Good tackling, puts him down. Good low hard tackling, Ford with it. On to Case, grafting as ever, goes in hard. But Castleford giving nothing, yielding not an inch. Now it's Wayne's turn. Got the ball under the wrong arm, he slips it beautifully. Donlan does well to keep hold of that. Great run by Donlan, on to Ferguson. Beats one, he's gone for the line. Has he got the leg? He's going to make it. A great try by Wigan. Fantastic play by Donlan. A great finishing. Fantastic, superb finishing by Ferguson. And they are rubbing Castleford's nose into it. Well, how Donlan managed to keep hold of that ball, I will never know. You talk about sleight of hand, ledger de man, but he certainly juggled with that better than anybody in a circus. He must have had glue on his fingers, and not only did he keep possession, but he managed to slip it out beautifully to this fantastic Ferguson. There's no other word for him as a wingman. He's absolutely superb. And so Wigan and the Wigan crowd are singing, the songs are out, the chanting is going on. Highly delighted with this wonderful performance. Wigan 14, Wigan 16 as Whitfield bangs it over. Well, one would not have thought that after 20 minutes play, halfway through the first half, that Wigan would be 16 points ahead. And certainly on song. Every man Jack giving 500% effort and showing all the skills of the game. This must be knocking the stuffing out of Castleford, having to come over into foreign territory, into Lancashire. Probably had trouble at the customs, it's upset them. Bouncing for Wayne, going to take them on, puts his shoulder in, gives his team the chance to regroup, get themselves sorted out for the next sally, for the next foray, the next assault. Here comes Courtney banging his way in, puts his shoulder in, dragging the forwards with him. Somebody must have put a hand somewhere where he shouldn't have done. And the crowd are highly incensed with that one. And there were 3 players round Courtney, and it's Courtney who's been penalised. Beardmore to put it into touch, finds it inside the Wigan 25. So Castleford now in a good attacking position. Can they sort anything out from this disaster which they're having at the moment as Beardmore bangs it onto Wilson. Wilson goes charging forward. Hooker Beardmore behind to play the ball. Out to Johnson. Johnson moves it across to Connell. And all we're getting from Castleford at the moment is crude head down and bash stuff. Not playing very fluid football. They're crashing the way in. Very physical stuff, not much guile in it, but they're gaining valuable ground. And Johnson turns it back inside, onto Ward. Ward is held right on the Wigan line, and they're trying to bulldoze the way over. And then they switch direction, and a wild pass has gone astray and knocked on. Ball not taken cleanly, knocked it forward. Wigan a little bit stretched out on the right wing. Sean Edwards did his job shepherding them well, and so it's a scrum down 12 yards out from the Wigan line. Ford to put the ball in, and Kiss penalised for feet up. Beardmore wanted to get on with it quick, gets it out. Once again England goes crashing his way forward, and he's bounced down there. They twisted him round and banged him down. Hooker trying to bash his way forward, almost up to the Wigan line, to Johnson. Johnson, a long one to Joyner. Joyner trying to make his break, and he's lost it. Comes to Whitfield. To a roar of delight from the Wigan spectators. Ferguson behind to play the ball. Good as any forward at clearing his lines. Ford behind to play the ball. Don't know what's happened to Kiss. Short one on to Wayne. Wayne trying to drag the forwards with him. Now Kiss is back in the action. Wigan sorting the line out. As Kiss hands it on to Ford. On to Potter. Potter. And his ball's gone loose. Comes to Ford. There's a gap if he can get the ball out, but he's smothered. And he got it to Kenny. Kenny on to Edwards. Edwards stepping inside. Back out to Kenny on the outside. And Wigan have brought it up to the halfway line. And this is lovely fluent football as it comes to Case, on to Ford. Ford a long one to West. West jumping along past to Whitfield. Whitfield to Dondon. Dondon on to Ferguson. Bags the cover. 5th tackle as Stevenson's come across the field. On to Whitfield. Whitfield kicks. Stretching the defence. Coming out to Chapman on the wing. Chapman running hard out. Kenny's in there to tackle him very efficiently. Rookley, the fullback, followed by Graham West. Just outside the 25. Chapman and Castleford having to go back and regroup, sort the defence out. But it's mostly this crude stuff, putting the forwards in, charging forward, bullocking in. Very little action from the backs as Johnson goes back inside. Probably wishes his hadn't. That's the 5th tackle. Ready for the kick. And Hyde kicks into the Wigan 25. Whitfield has Sean Edwards with him. Gives it to Edwards. Edwards well taken. Can't get away from that sort of tackle. Good low hard tackle. On to Ford. On to Donlan. Donlan's dropped it. He would take a man and ball. Comes to Connell. Joyner gets it on to Johnson. Taken by Case. And Kiss. Hooker being more. To scrum half being more. Doing the run around. Coming back inside. Not availing them very much as a short pass is slipped, but no ground is gained from it. And Joyner feels a bit wasted at acting half back. He should be out where he's going to do something with the ball. On to Johnson. Johnson tries to go for it, but intercepted. Pass that wasn't on. Well read by Kenny. Went in well there. Courtney turning inside onto Wayne. Wayne going hard forward. Put down. 10 yards inside his own half. Kiss appealing to the referee. And it comes to Ford. Ford on to Potter. Nicely up to West, who's made the break. West gone to Donlan. Donlan bags the cover there as Joyner comes across to take him. And the line on, what the referee's not watching as West goes through from acting half-back. Ferguson behind the play of the ball. A position in which he can be a real menace. The referee seemed to have forgotten his early enthusiasm for lying on at the play of the ball. Stevenson does well to evade the tackle there. Has his legs knocked from under him, and that's the 5th tackle. Ford. Oh, very speculative that. Balls all over the place. Referee says we're back to 1. Lucky one for Wigan. As Ford moves it on to Case. Case could drive it in, knocks one off. Gets it out to Courtney, on to Kenny. Lovely dummy! Beautiful dummy! Oh, they couldn't get inside him. On to Edwards. Edwards trying to get the ball, moving on to Courtney. Courtney meets Connolly, goes on to Case. And that was good play. Well, Wigan were within inches there of getting another try from Kenny. And Castleford line up very close as Ford turns it inside. Potter can't take it. Referee says it's a knock-on. Ball's gone forward. 27 minutes gone. Wigan 16, Castleford 0. And this is highly entertaining stuff, but this should be Castleford's ball as they feed the scrum and they get it out to Joyner. Joyner coming inside, followed by Ford, who puts him down. Rookley, the full-back, gone to acting half-back. Short one, Wigan are in there as England tries to come through. Ford doing a lot of tackling, hangs on to him. Beardmore, the scrum half, going round in decreasing circles. But he's not quite disappeared as he's pushed back towards his own line. I wouldn't like to say where he might have disappeared. As Connell comes charging forward, and that's a good tackle by Potter. Beardmore, the hooker. Little bit of hesitance, he gets it on to Johnson. Johnson trying to crash his way forward. Wigan holding them easily at the moment in the 5th tackle. Beardmore puts the kick in behind the defence. Well covered by Ferguson. Sets the game alight. But he's taken this time. Can't get away from Marchant. Whitfield up to acting half-back. Whitfield. Bit of a wasted tackle, one feels. Kiss to Ford. Ford to Graham West. Bashing his way forward. Can't get rid of the ball. Those long arms of his. Couldn't get shut of it that time. As Kiss moves it out to Ford. Ford on to Kenny. Kenny to Donlan. Back on to Kenny. Kenny on to Stevenson. Steaming through. Puts the kick through. Who's got the legs? Who's got the speed? It's going to go, and it's covered by the fullback. It's gone loose, and Sean Edwards has it. The referee says we're back to 1. I thought Sean Edwards had it, but he couldn't get hold of it when the ball went loose. Wigan pushing Castleford back towards the try line. Potter up there. Wigan want to keep them there. Chance of scoring. 11 minutes from half time as Wayne goes in with Kiss into the tackle. Castleford struggling, keeping it tight among the big forwards. And Wigan going in and taking them well. That was a good quick play of the ball. Long pass out. Graham West goes in. He's got an arm 19 foot long now and he's stretched out to reach him. Gap in the Wigan line out. Here's it switched back inside and Case has it. On the 25 line, Wigan now in a good attacking position. Kiss waiting for the play of the ball. On to Graham West. Graham West driving forward. Not much ground gain there. Nothing much came from that play of the ball. Catched a few yards as he moved forward. On to Kenny. Kenny sees a gap. Lovely break. And he couldn't quite get rid of it. But he darted through like quicksilver. Coming more and more into the game. We go round onto Ford. Ford switching it back to Wayne. Wayne tackled, can't get rid of it. Referee trying to get Castleford back. But they've got to keep up tight in defence as Kiss goes through from acting half-back. Couldn't get rid of the ball as Ford was following him through. That's the fifth tackle. What ploy are Wigan going to adopt here? Short one on to Kiss. Kiss on to Whitfield. To Dolnan. Brings Ferguson inside. And he's over. Ford, great try. Well done. Great try. Good try by Wigan. And Ferguson is really showing that he's worth all the gold in Fort Knox. Good combination by the Wigan team. On the last tackle. Half an hour gone, Wigan 20, Castleford 0. And this is a turn up for the book. We thought this would be a close game today, but Wigan are certainly piling it on. Certainly the long rest has not made them rusty. And that's a poor effort by Whitfield. Should have gone over. A little bit casual in his approach to that one. So Wigan with a 20 points lead. Come up quickly, not a well taken kick, screwing awkwardly. Wigan back in possession as Sean Wade taking them on. Case coming over now. Case going to have a go at them. Hands off one. Castleford forward, still eager for the fray, going in hard. Realising they got the hands full this afternoon as it goes to Ford. Ford on to Potter. Potter trying to make the break. His arms are smothered. Castleford defending well. Case going through. Great break from acting half-back. Looking for support, lets the ball go. Quickly out, it was a knock-on. Was a knock-on. Crowd don't think so, but it did go forward. If he'd been picked up cleanly, I think Kenny would have shown them a clean pair of heels there, but unfortunately, ball was just dragged forward. And so Castleford breathe a sigh of relief. They have to put it in, they'll probably get it out. Referee said he's not on. Groans of despair from the Wigan spectators. Out to Joyner, back to Beardmore, followed by Kenny on to Rookley, who's linked up, and Whitfield spotted it well, read it well. Rookley plays it to himself. Whitfield tackles him, and the referee said he hadn't got back on side. So it's a penalty to Castleford, just over the halfway line. Substitute being made. Hyde being brought off. Sigsworth being brought on. Hyde limping rather badly. And one witness called the referee a Yorkshire pudding. How original.
Castleford substitution, number 14, Ron Sigsworth for number 4.
Wilson goes charging forward. Johnson dummying to turn it back inside. On to Ward. Johnson again. Turning again, trying the same dummy. Wigan not buying it. Coming in, taking the man in possession. Now it's Beardmore. Beardmore on to Joyner. Little bit unbalanced. Be strong. A good run by Joyner. Turning it inside. Graham West knocks it down. The ball still loose on the rover. Marchant is in. Good run by Joyner. Split the Wigan defence. And the inside pass was knocked down by Graham West, but unfortunately his arm wasn't 20 foot long and he couldn't reach it the second time. And Marchant has gone over to give Castleford their first points. Wigan 20, Castleford 4. Bob Beardmore, an easy kick. Halfway in from the touchline. 5 yards inside the Wigan 25 area. Kicking down to the spine cop end of the ground. Not a bad crowd on, not as big as Wednesday probably. 5 minutes to go to half time as Beardmore comes up. And it's through and makes it 6. Wigan 20, Castleford 6. For once the Wigan defence cracked as Joyner came through. No sloving Joyner. Bounce didn't go for Wigan when they tried the intercept. Whitfield tries a long one, but not deep enough. Well covered. And he runs into the Wigan forwards. Ruckley goes down under Kiss and Wayne. Wayne not too happy with what was going as Beardmore tries to come through. Case. Wigan 3 Wigan forwards in to hurl him back. Wigan not wanting to yield an inch. Great when you see a team in defence pushing the other team back. It must be very demoralising for them, and they're in again. Hunting like a pack. Hungry and eager for work. Johnson does a switch, bringing it inside. That's a good low hard tattle by Nicky Kiss. Beardmore moves it across. Johnson kicks behind the defence. It could be a good one, and that's a good long ranging kick. Pushes Wigan back into the 25 line. However, it should be Wigan to feed. Game only simmering at the moment, gone off the boil a little bit. Perhaps the lead is so big that a little bit of the urgency has gone. Ford out to Kenny, onto Whitfield. Well tattled, low and hard. Potter bringing the ball away. Forwards will have time to go across and cover. Ford onto Wayne. Wayne driving in again, coming hard and straight, but they knock him down. Kiss now come away from the scrum, gets it onto Ford. Ford onto Graham West. Graham West trying to come through, slips it back to Ford. Ford managed to get his pass onto Donlan. Donlan being skull dragged. And Wigan, it's now Wigan who are being pushed back in defence. And a penalty to Wigan for stealing the ball in the tattle. Referee was right on the spot. They were pulling and mauling away at Donlan. And the referee had judged. He took the ball after him after he'd said hell. So Whitfield should clear the Wigan lines. And this he does, bringing it halfway out from the halfway line and the Wigan 25. Kiss. That's Courtney with him doing the hard grafting stuff. Runs in into the front row mauling away at him. Still keeps his feet. Now Case is going to have a go at them. Drawing them in. Once they've got them in tight, then they can get the ball moving wide. To Ford, a high lob pass. Wigan not coming to Kenny. Good, got astray. Whitfield coming up. Can't tell. Oh, he was slow onto it. One felt that should have been Whitfield's ball. Beardmore, Wigan penalised for offside, not gone far enough back. Wilson. Penalty right in front of the sticks. And Beardmore going to kick for goal. Wigan letting Castleford back into the game just in the dying minutes of the first half. Then a bit of slackness. Felt that should have been Wigan's ball at that occasion. So 30 seconds of normal time to go as Beardmore moves back to take this penalty down to the top end of the ground. And it's sure 20 points to 8. And Wigan were riding high at one time, and they've let Castleford back into the game. Because Castleford will not surrender. A little bit of hesitation I felt there, Wigan going in for the loose ball. So Whitfield again, down to the pavilion end. Well covered. As Castleford trying to come out. Warden forwards are in hard. And there goes the hooter for the end of a very entertaining first half with a score Wigan 20, Castleford 8. The players go in to come out with renewed vigour for the second half. Wigan 20, Castleford 8.
Oh, it's quite good, yes. Now we're going to get a schoolboard match. We're going to get a set-aside schoolboard match. St. Cuthbert's and St. Benedict's.
What do you think of that all? They have six plays to get between.
Beardsmore to restart the second half. Into the Wigan 25. Wayne takes it cleanly, brings Sean Wayne inside. The Sean Edwards inside, running a little bit wide. It makes himself an easy target for tackling. Kiss. A bit slow behind the play of the ball. Does well to gain so much ground. And that looked a bit like a rabbit punch from Ward. Not happy, Nicky Kiss, with that. As Case comes charging through. Lets it go. Potter picks it up. And it's fierce. The exchanges are fierce as Sigsworth goes in. Back to Whitfield. Whitfield trying to kick behind the defence. It's an easy one for Rookley at full-back. Stevenson goes across, goes in low and hard. Beardmore to Plange. Plange coming forward, runs into the Wigan pack. And down he goes, he lost the ball. Out onto Ford to Kenny. Wigan attacking hard down the left wing. Dolan coming inside, nearly has his head knocked off as the cover goes across, and the knees and the kitchen sink went in as well. Comes out to Ford, Ford onto Potter, Potter back onto Ford, Ford having to turn inside. Castleford funneled Wigan back in, the defence came out quickly, onto Courtney, Courtney turning it inside to Case, Case hands off one. Wigan finding it difficult in these early seconds to get moving. As Kiss goes through, it's a penalty to Wigan. Castleford not gone back the 5 yards. And Graham West decides that Whitfield will kick for goal. Not too difficult, 10 yards to the right of the post. Wigan 20, Castleford 8 as Whitfield sets this up on the sand. 2 minutes of the second half gone. Fairly easy kick. And I shouldn't have said it, he's missed it. Crowd not happy. Castleford trainer is on, giving attention to one of his players. Can't see who it is, he's between us and the players. The drop out. Comes to Whitfield, sits up for him. Whitfield running at them, trying to go through, taken by the forwards. Kiss on the narrow side, and once again they're offside. Not far enough back. Pleading with the referee's having none of it. And once again, a more difficult kick, straight kick. Once again, Whitfield's going to have a go. The crowd are groaning. They're not happy with what he's been doing. That he's not been too successful with his kicks this afternoon. But it makes a big difference if he can get 14 points in front. He has the ability to kick these. It's just that the consistency isn't always there with Colin. Kicked some great goals and missed some very easy ones. And that one's gone wide too. Had the height, he had the distance. Once again they drop out, but at least the ball went dead. So Wigan should regain possession as Bob Beardmore, the scrum half, Once again, hoisted it high, he's coming to Ford, takes it cleanly, and he doesn't take it cleanly. He'd all the time in the world to take that. Seemed to have that safely in the breadbasket, and it bounced out. That looked like feeding. Packs all over the place. And a penalty to Wigan for offside at the scrum. No, or has he given it the other way? Well, his gestures were so dramatic. He could have passed for harder then. It was difficult to tell which way he was giving the penalty. Wigan have touched it, so it will be a scrum down. Castleford having a bit of a problem getting down. Shoots straight out to the side, it's side-footed, and Kenny's in there quickly. And Potter, the ball's gone loose and Wigan penalised. Referee says they pulled the ball out of his hands in the tattle. Game's getting scrappy. Could well have frayed tempers. A lot of penalties being given for minor infringements. Castleford lining themselves up to lay siege to the Wigan line. It's Beanmore doing the run around. Goes out to Ward, doesn't get very far. Beanmore on to England, charging forward, easily put down. Beanmore once again switching among the forward. Joyner making the break, gets a lovely pass out, and Whitfield holds them just short of the line. Wilson came through very strongly then. Joyner holding it, and Wigan saw that and read it well and smothered them. Beanmore gets it out onto Ward. Ward managed to get his pass on to England, and England's lost the ball, and Wigan have picked up the loose one. Going to have to clear the lines now as Ferguson comes up to act in half-back. Gains 10 yards of ground. Kiss looking hurt in that tattle. On to Case, and Ferguson is down, injured. This is something Wigan won't want with a cup tie coming up next week. Ford on to Graham West. Graham West driving his way forward, lets the pass go that wasn't really on. Fly kick through, and it comes to Joyner. Joyner being held by Kenny, and they're finding him quite a handful. Ward going through from acting half-back. Wayne going at him, and he's strong. He really is strong, and he will not go down. Beanmore, the scrum half, moves into Johnson, switching it back inside to Connell. Connell gets out of one tattle. Case and Case take him. Beanmore bringing England inside. Wigan trying to keep them there. Well, now we're going to line up close as Beanmore moves it to Johnson. Johnson dumbing, he's broken through well, and he's taken from behind by Potter in the fifth tattle. And he's hurt. The scrum half hoists a high one. Whitfield's across. Kenny's there. Referee signalising there's been an obstruction, and there's a penalty to Wigan. Somebody's opened the mouth, and there's another penalty being given 10 yards further down the field. Referee signalling you should keep your trap shut. This game going a bit to pot at the moment. Not settled down in this second half. 8-9 minutes gone. Wigan with a penalty kick for touch from 10 yards out from their own line. England hurt in the last charge that he made. He's breathing, so he should be all right. Whitfield to relieve the pressure from the Wigan line. Screws off the side of his foot a little bit, and Nicky Kiss comes up to restart with a tap. The 25, Courtney driving forward, met by the front row, screwing him a little bit on the deck, as happens with these fellas now. Wayne decides he's going to try and make the break, and he's hoisted in the air and down. Kiss trying to come through from acting half back. Ford can't get through the gap. Kiss out to Potter. Potter makes a break. Kenny Tattle without the ball. Kiss to Ford. Ford on to Wayne. Wigan played it down the middle. Wayne comes strongly, powering his way towards the halfway line. But that's the fifth Tattle. And a Lion only to play the ball, and a slow play the ball. Whitfield, not a good kick. Comes to Rookley. Rookley running it out. Wigan got plenty forwards up there. Now it's Castleford's turn, and it's Connell. Big prop coming forward. Proving a bit of a handful. He's not happy. Referee making sure there's no fighting going on. Threats are being exchanged. Wigan are in there. Ball's gone loose. Graham West has it. And there's battling going on. This is the trouble. This game has been, can see it slipping away, getting out of control. It's got so scrappy in this second half. Referee not really on top of it, and Neagle creeping in. Lot of needle, lot of feeling. David Stevenson and Sigsworth being read the riot act, and he's letting him protest. The touch judge, I think, is blaming Sigsworth. Lot of finger pointing from the referee. And now the captain's being called in. Sigsworth still having a natter, still chatting away. Wigan have got the penalty from it. This game needs to calm down. Get on with the playing. Wigan now in a good attacking position. Nicky Kiss ever eager for the fray. On to Courtney. Courtney back on to Kiss. Long one to Potter. Short on to Kiss. Wigan just moved across the field laterally. No ground gain. It goes to Ford. Graham West driving forward. Still dragging his way. Gets his pass in well. Ford out to Kenny. Kenny back inside. On to Courtney. Courtney on to Stevenson. And Wigan have gone back in possession. Kept the ball moving but lost territory. Sean Edwards going on his own, jumping his way, dancing his way through. Lovely run by Edwards. On to Kiss. Kiss going hard for the line. Gets it inside and Ford can't take it. But that was a great run by Sean Edwards. Touch judge is on. Two Castleford players are out. Looks a bit like a battlefield. Verdun all over again. Bodies all over the place. Rough, tough stuff this. Fingers being pointed, flags being pointed. This is the hard side of rugby league, the hard face of rugby league. And another substitute coming on. James is coming on. And it's a penalty. Sean Wayne cautioned. Graham West having a word with him. Probably saying now, calm it down. We don't want to give away stupid penalties. 12 points in front. No score yet this half. And the Castleford player paying the price. Being carried off the field. Referee stops the clock. 13 minutes of normal time gone. James is being brought on as substitute. Can't quite see who it is who's been brought.
Number 15, Neil Jones. Number 12.
Wilson is being brought on. Beardmore, the scrum half, getting ready to start. No, it's the hooker Beardmore. On to his brother, the scrum half. Connell puts his head down. Shoulder in. And here comes another forward charging in England. Got to show them. Kiss has the ball and he's penalised. Not happy with that, Mickey Kiss. Lot of penalties. Game is getting out of the referee's control, one feels. He's having a bit of a rough time. It's fairly torrid out there. Beardmore on to Connell. Taken by Graham Weston Courtney. Beardmore, the hooker. Out to Johnson. He switches it on to England. England sidestepping into the Wigan 25 line. The two Beardsmores. First one, then the scrum half. Now Johnson. Johnson switching it back out to James. James coming strongly. Forward pass. Forward pass. Wigan were under a bit of pressure, but the pass was forward. So this should be a let off for Wigan. Castleford still fighting hard to stay in this game. It's a long time since Wigan scored. The rhythm seems to have gone. As Ford comes over, puts the ball in, shoots straight out the side to Castleford, 1-1 against the head. Joyner going for the line, Wigan in trouble, and Castleford are in at the corner. Well, Castleford have not given up. Wigan 20, Castleford 12, coming right back into the game. And Joyner set them up then. Quarter of an hour gone, there's still a long way of this game to go. Wigan having a conference in their own in-goal area. They're letting the game slip away from them when there was so much on top. Absolutely rampant at one period of the game. Long kick this. Couple of yards in for Beardmore. Lifted it high, not made it. So we come back to the centre with 16 minutes or so gone. Wigan 20, Castleford 12. Whitfield down to the cop. It's a hard one, well taken. Castleford playing with a lot of fire and determination. Ford goes into the tattle. Tight in the forwards, running wide. Ward going across the field. Castleford had a lot of possession recently. James tries to come forward. Nicely slipped. Wigan in trouble here as they break down the wing. Rookley coming through, followed by Edwards. Takes him well from behind, rolls him over. Sigsworth waiting for the play the ball. And the referee gives scrum down for an accidental offside. Castleford not happy with that one. I think Wigan are rather fortunate they haven't been penalised for that one. But it was Castleford to put in. To Joyner. On to Rookley. There's an overlap as Rookley's well followed by Whitfield. Joyner behind to play the ball. On to Ward. Ward driving forward. Whitfield takes him. All the pressure's coming from Castleford at the moment. And Johnson turning inside, being taken by Case and Kiss. Castleford hot on the attack in the Wigan 25. Loose forward trying to go through. Case again takes him. Long one to Beardmore. Beardmore, another one on to Joyner. Joyner dummying. And it's over. Castleford have scored. Wigan in a lot of trouble. They're right out of the game at the moment. £20 points to 16 now. Wigan only 4 points in front as Marchant went over for that try. And Wigan have gone right out of this game. They're a complete disarray. They've nothing in attack and they don't seem to know where they are in defence. Halfway through the second half. And one would have thought this game was sealed, signed and delivered after the first 20 minutes. And Castleford have clawed themselves right back into it. And now they're only 2 points behind. Wigan 20, Castleford 18. So we're in for a battle royal in the last 20 minutes. Amazing the way that fortunes fluctuate and flow. And Danny Campbell is coming on and Courtney is coming off. Now will we see some fire from Danny? Been dying to get back after his long layoff through injury. He's worked so hard to get back into this. I've no doubt we'll see him turning in and getting a lot of work from him. The ball comes to Plange. Plange coming over his 25 line. But Castleford had a lot of ball in this second half. Keeping it tight in the forwards, bashing the way forward. Kevin Ward is put down. Beardmore behind the play of the ball, moving it across. Wigan going up, trying to keep them down there. Scrum half Beardmore moves it across. Connell coming inside, Danny Campbell's into the tattle. Now still keeping it tight in the forwards as they come charging. England playing his heart out. That's the fifth tattle. Little grubber kick there. Fly kick through. Wigan under a lot of trouble as Edwards goes back. Ball's loose over the line and picked up well by Edwards and brings it away. But Wigan push back towards their own try line. And it's Stevenson who's having to try and clear the line. Forward still coming back. Ferguson's up there among them. Goes to Campbell. First time he's had it. Danny trying to make a run. Not getting very far. Kiss coming through from acting halfback. Gets over the 25 line. To Ford. Ford to Case. Case trying to crash through the forwards. I'm not finding it easy. Strong defence. That's the fifth tattle. Got flung back to Whitfield. And that's gone behind the full-back. He's going to have to retreat for it. It's a good kick by Whitfield. Pushes Castleford back in their own 25. Wigan have a lot of players up there and they take him. So Wigan cleared the lines with a good kick there from Whitfield. And now come the forwards again. England running into Graham West. Beardmore. And it's hard graft among these forwards. These Castleford forwards playing it very tough indeed. Slipped out well there. Kiss covers across. Castleford hoping to get some points. A break here on. Wigan in trouble as Kenny goes back to take Beardmore. That's the fifth tattle. Back to Sigsworth. Sigsworth onto Johnson. Hoists a high one. Awkward one this for Wigan. Whitfield does well to take it. Nearly had his head taken off at the same time. He has had his head taken off. Referee stops the clock. Bring on the holy water. Lifts his head up so he'll be alright. And Wigan have got to battle away again. 23 minutes gone. 2 points in it for what looked like a one-horse race in the first half. Kiss behind the play of the ball. To Campbell. Campbell powering his way forward, but the big strong forwards from Castleford take him. Kiss bringing it away. Good clearing run by Kiss. Still dragging his way. Every inch counting. Now it's Ferguson. Are we going to get one of his electrifying bursts? And he's trying it, but he's tattled. Can't get into his stride. Plays it to himself and he's away. There he goes. Tremendous run. What a great run by Ferguson. There was nothing on and look what he made out of it. Now Wigan turning into the gear. Kenny slips it nicely. Long one out to Edwards. Oh dear. You can probably hear the groans from the crowd. The referee judged that to be forward. One would have considered that very doubtful. The referee's not very careful. It'll be a naffy sandwich. Out to Joyner. There's a big gap as Rookley comes through. Whitfield takes him well. And Wigan have not won a scrum in this second half. As Castleford battered away up again to the Wigan 25. Marchant behind the play of the ball. Short pass on to Joyner. Wigan having to go in and defend very hard. James crashing his way forward. Castleford moving the ball along the line, doing a run around. James has let it go. Connell going for the line. And the ball's gone loose and Wigan have it over the line. Drop out from underneath the Wigan post. Well, Wigan was split open there. And now they've got to give the ball back to Castleford again. And this is desperate stuff as we come into the last quarter of an hour. Whitfield, a high one to Rookley. Takes it well, coming strongly onto it. Potter goes across, puts him down on the 25. Beardmore onto Ward. Ward going back inside. They're having a job putting him down. He gets his pass in. Wigan not putting the men down at the moment as Connell comes forward. Wigan wait for him instead of going to meet him. Beardmore, the hooker. Onto Johnson. Johnson charging. Back onto Beardmore. Wigan are in all sorts of defensive trouble at the moment. As England behind the play of the ball tries to charge through. Case hangs on to him. Wasted tattle there on Fields. The two Beardsmores in the game. From one Beardsmore to another onto Johnson. Johnson smothered, well tattled. And Campbell has taken the ball. Good tattle and good steal there by Campbell. Goes out to West. West trying to get Wigan out of danger. Campbell coming hard. Not really into his stride when he took that ball. Now it's Sean Wayne's turn. Running at them hard. Lets the ball go on to Case. Case dragging his way. Gets it on to Ford. Ford on to Donlan. Donlan powering his way. Turning down the wing. Coming back inside. And Wigan have got away from danger. Stevenson waiting for the play of the ball. On to Ford. Ford running out to Kenny. Splitting him down the middle. On to Ford who's backed him up well. Got Sean Edwards with him on to Potter. Potter to Edwards. Can he make the line? And he's turned and he's over. Great determination by Sean Edwards. He should have been buried over the stand. He should have been thrown into the River Douglas there. But he would not be taken. He turned and he twisted like a dervish. Went in at the corner to make it now Wigan 24. Castleford 18. And Wigan have had to fight awfully hard for that try. They've been in a lot of trouble. Not won a scrum this half. Been starved of the ball. And suddenly Donlan brings it away, sets it up. And Edwards just refused to be tattled. Really, with all the cover that was there, they should have flung him into the duggy. But he wouldn't let them get at him. He fought fiercely and got it in, just in the corner. Difficult kick for Whitfield. Yard in from the touchline. Well, it looked as if Wigan had wilted. They were really suffering. And that's nowhere near the mark. So we're still 6 points in it. To try and a goal could level it. Can Wigan hold out with these last 11 minutes to go? Needing the ball badly. And Castleford have shown great determination and great character. The way they've come back after being so far behind to get within 2 points. And I'm certain they're still going to stick to the task. And that's an awkward one, and they've got possession back. An unfortunate bounce off Case. There's nothing he could do about it. Johnson moving it across. Beardmore switching it back inside. Wigan going into the tattle as Bainman comes over to acting half-back. Gets it to Johnson. Johnson on to Connell. Kenny takes him. Quick play the ball. Marchant trying to dance his way through. There's still a lot of life in this Castleford attack. They get it out. Johnson turning it back inside to Joyner. Kiss goes in to take him. Helped by Campbell. On the 25. The referee giving Wigan a penalty. Castleford not at all happy about that. Kiss quickly takes a tap. Campbell out onto Kenny. Kenny onto Stevenson. Stevenson going hard down the field. Tremendous run by Stevenson. Inside. And it misses Edwards. And it turned. And it's now Castleford who are coming away. Just a few inches away from a try being scored. And suddenly it switched the other way. But that was a tremendous run by Stevenson. Kiss is in there well, but it's keeping the ball moving. Case coming across. Wigan now push them back into the 25 line. Want to play them down there. And Castleford badly bunched there as Wigan go into the defence. And the ball's gone loose and Kiss has it. Campbell not really aware as it comes out to Potter. Wigan need to settle it down. Long one goes out to Ferguson. What can he make of it? This dynamite man, but there's bags of cover goes across. As he cut inside, Donlan going on his own, coming strongly, slips the ball back onto West. Wigan need to hold it, settle it, steady it. They're in a good attacking position. They're on the 25 line. Castleford well, line up very closely. West plays it to himself, ploughs his way forward, dragging every inch important. Kiss behind the play the ball to Ford, on to Wayne. Wayne trying to go through and his pass has gone astray. Back to one, says the referee, as Case still battles his way and he's going to get penalised for not playing the ball. Little bit of over-eagerness in Wigan. They were lucky there, they've got the ball back and then they're penalised. And that's not a very good kick either. Bit of panic in both camps. 7.5 minutes or so to go. The forwards come in again and Campbell went in hard. And this is hard, rough, tough, tumble stuff. As Beardmore moves it across onto Connell. Connell's met by Campbell. Trying to get rid of the ball, but they bowl him over. Beardmore. Long pass. Kenny's in well to take his man. Classical tattle round the hips. Puts him down. Comes Ward running into the forwards. Ball's gone loose. The referee said it's been knocked on as Potter comes charging in. When I feel it's going to be Wigan's feet. No, he says Castleford. Well, he's pointing to both sides. Should be Wigan's feed. And it is. Shooting out to Wigan. Yards offside as it goes to Whitfield. Whitfield going hard and followed across. But Castleford were right in the Wigan line out. as it comes to Ford. Ford switching direction onto Kiss. Kiss knows the way to the line. Going hard and straight. And he's let them all go, but Case has it. Case is knocked on. Goes to Dolan, to Ferguson. Ferguson cut it inside. What a tremendous man. And he's under the sticks. Sheer genius. Sheer genius. What can you say for this man? He's so devastating. From nothing at all. He gets the points on the board. Well, that should be the nail in the coffin. 28-18. Oh, Wigan have had to struggle. They've had to fight desperately hard. And listen to that accolade. Listen to that applause from the so delighted crowd. Oh, this fantastic Ferguson. Whitfield, the easiest of kicks. And that makes it 30. 30 points to 18, so that should be... And Ferguson being applauded by his own team for having been nominated as the man of the match. There could hardly have been another contender, although all the players have played very hard. Sheer genius has lit up this ground this afternoon. Short one. Graham West safe. Lovely dummy from West. Going hard and powerfully. Striding majestically down the field. Like a great gazelle, he strode down the field. Lying on him. Kiss to Sean Edwards. Switches it to Campbell. Campbell goes ploughing his way. Looking for support. Kiss is there. Kiss lobs it back onto Potter. Potter can't take it cleanly, but Edwards is there to cover. Sweeping up there. Wigan lost a bit of ground. Joyner having a go at Edwards. Joyner definitely had a go at Edwards. Joyner being called out. Take a lengthy explanation. And Edwards being called over as well. Penalty to Wigan for Joyner's infringement. And Whitfield makes absolutely sure of it. Kiss coming up. Onto Case. Glutton for work. And he's bounced down and they hit him with everything. Knees, elbows, in they go. Doesn't bother Case. Run around by Graham West. Slip beautifully to Potter. Potter to Ford. That was lovely combined play, and Ford is over under the sticks. And Wigan once again rise to the ascendancy. Well, that was lovely combined play, well set up by Graham West. He must have tremendous power in those forearms. The way he can slip that ball accurately when he seems as if he's absolutely smothered. And Wigan surged into the attack there. 38 minutes gone, 2 minutes to go. Wigan 34, Castleford 18. And to think that only a short while ago there were only 2 points in it, and Wigan were rocking on the heels. And suddenly from 20 points 18, it's soared to 34-18, and any second now it's 36-18. Wigan doubled the Castleford score. Delighted Wigan crowd. They've had 2 great games in a week. A good win over Windus on Wednesday. And now here, fantastic start. Then a long period when they were in the doldrums and in the dying minutes. That's when the good teams show the mettle. When we get near the end of the game and it's tight and they're coming in fit, strong, powerful, right up to the closing minutes. Danny Campbell wanting to get in the game, running at these big Castleford forwards and has to succumb to them. Nicky Kiss behind the play, the ball out to Ford. Ford puts the kick in, that's a good ranging kick. Drives Castleford back into their own half. Nine seconds of this game. I don't think there'll be much injury time. Not been a lot of stoppages. When you reckon away these players have been turning into each other, it's amazing that there's not been more injuries. Wigan 1-1 against the head. Ball's loose. Referee lets it carry on. Potter's up there, but it's been fly kicked back to Rookley at full-back. So Castleford have it. Looks as if Wigan had won that one against the head, but the ball flirted away from the scrum. Castleford forward still coming in hard. Hard, tough men. Beardmore. To the scrum half, Beardmore. Gets it out onto James. James easily put down. Marchant behind the play of the ball. Short pass. Castleford still keeping it tight in the forwards. Graham West wraps him up. And there goes the hooter. Full time. A great win by Wigan as the boys surge on after been a hard, really tough, bruising game. The final score, Wigan 36, Castleford 18. This is your commentator John McDermott, hoping you've enjoyed watching this film made by your cameraman Brian Worthington.
Good job, John. Like it's tight as hell. That was a good game, wasn't it?
A good game.
What's an average score, would you say? Is this a high scoring game?
A very high scoring game.
You're going to have to get that wing stick around for a couple more months, I tell you.
Wigan have had some big scores though this season. They're no good.